Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be showing you this 2022 Hyundai Kona. This one is the limited trim, and there is 4 trims you could choose from. There is the SE, SEL, N line, and then the limited, which is this one. For 2021 there were 6 trims to choose from, but for 22 Hyundai did make it 4 trims, and I think it's much better that way. But let me go ahead and review this Kona for you guys and show you all the features this one has. Under the hood, they're going to be a 1.6 turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that is connected to a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. This engine produces 195 horses and 195 pound-feet of torque. Fuel economy numbers are going to be 27 in the city, 32 highway, and 29 combined. Here is the MSRP sticker of this 22 Kona, and here are the standard packages on this Kona. If you guys are interested, just go ahead and pause the video. And the price on this one is $31,000. If you guys are curious about the color is called Pulse Red, and it does look very good on this Kona. And I think this is actually my favorite color on the Konas. And as I said, for 2022, the Kona was facelifted, so Hyundai did change a good amount of things. And a lot of people don't like the style of the 22, the facelift. And honestly, with this color and this limited trim, I think it does look very good. And those crossbars look very, very nice. So definitely they just give the Kona that nice adventure look. Coming to the front, Hyundai badge is going to be nice and big. The grille is going to be finished in gloss black. Unlike the other trims, they are going to be finished in matte black. In the bottom, they're going to be a functional grille, and this is the sensor for the braking assist. Brushed aluminum in the bottom, and they're going to be side curtains on the sides. They're actually nice and big. And for the headlights are going to be all LED right here in the front. So the daytime running light is going to be up top with the turn signal indicators, and both are going to be LED. And for the high and low beams, they are sitting in reflectors, and they are LED. And right underneath the headlight housing, they're going to be this nice brushed aluminum trim. I think it does look very good. But overall, I think the design of the facelifted Kona looks very good, but only on the limited trim. So the SE and SEL, they look alright, but on this limited with the crossbars, I think this thing looks really, really nice. But let's go ahead and move to the side, and I'll show you how it looks like from the side. Here is the side view of the Kona, and honestly it looks very good, and I love the way how it looks from every single angle. I think it's the best looking subcompact SUV in its class, and overall I think Hyundai did a great job with the design of the Kona. Right here on the side, there's going to be a sharp line that is right on top of the door handles, and it keeps going all the way to the tail light. And on the tailgate, there's going to be a really nice design. In the back, it is finished in flat black, and the window trim is going to be finished in flat black. So there is no chrome right here on the side, which is very good. And those plastic fender flares are going to be finished in gray. They're not finished in ABS plastic or just normal plastic. And in the bottom, they're going to be brushed aluminum trim. I think it does look good. And as I said, it does have the crossbars, and of course it has the roof rails, and it does have a turn signal indicator and blind spot monitoring system. And overall, I think the design looks really, really good. This is my favorite subcompact SUV in its class. For the rims, they have a really nice look to them. I think Hyundai killed it with the design, and they are nice and wide, and at the same time there is a good amount of rubber for an SUV. So the size is going to be 235 45 18. Good size rim and a good amount of sidewall for going very light off-roading. But let's go ahead and move to the back of this SUV, and I'll show you how it looks like from the back. With the facelift, Hyundai did change a good amount of things here in the back of this Kona, and they did change the bumper, the tail lights, the turn signal indicator, and the reverse housing. They were changed. So for the tail lights, they have a really nice design to them. Everything is LED, and I prefer those tail lights much better prior to the facelift. 1.6 turbocharged with all-wheel drive badge on the right, and that's where Hyundai actually did a very good job. So the turn signal indicators right here in the back are going to be LED. The reverse is going to be halogen, but I still love the design of the turn signal indicator and the reverse light housing. They're going to be a reflector right underneath, so it does look very good. And on this limited trim, there are going to be some parking sensors on the bumper. Hyundai badge is going to be nice and big. That chrome trim looks good. And here is the backup camera. Kona is going to be right and all the way to the left. And the bumper is going to be actually finished in that gray color, just like the fender flares. And I really like the design of the bumper. It does have brushed aluminum on it, so I think Hyundai did a great job with the facelift of this Kona. Here is a key. Feels nice and light, but it has a really nice solid feel to it. There are going to be 4 binds on this key: lock, unlock, remote start, and it does have a panic bind and a physical key inside of this key. To open the tailgate, you have to unlock the SUV twice, and then there's going to be only 1 bind, and it's going to be on the right of the backup camera. And all Konas do not have power lift gate, so even if you get the highest Kona, which is this one, none of them have power lift gate. Up here there's going to be a handle, and it does have a privacy cover that goes up and down with the tailgate. And overall the size is nice and big for a small SUV. And there's going to be a light all the way to the left, and underneath there's going to be a little bit of storage place, and right underneath that storage place there's going to be a spare tire with the jack and the jack tools. But let me go ahead and drop the seats down just to show you how the back of this Kona looks like with the seats down. I dropped the seats down and I removed the privacy cover in the back, so you guys could see the back of this Kona much better. And inside there is a ton of space. It does look like a small SUV from the outside, but from the inside it's nice and big. So there's a good amount of space with the seats down. Here is the door handle. It is finished in the same color as the SUV. It does have a sensor right behind the door handle. This is how you unlock it. And to lock the SUV, just go ahead and tap on this sensor right here. Here is the front door panel. Top portion is going to be plastic. It is nice and textured. It has a really nice design. This is going to be wrapped in leather, nice and soft. The armrest is very nice and soft, so good job Hyundai. Plastic in the bottom. Good amount of storage place with a bottle holder. It does have Harman Kardon sound system. A tweeter up here, and the door handle feels nice and heavy, nice and solid. Mirror controls, window switches, door locks, they look alright. Nothing really crazy about them. And here is the driver's seat. This is a limited, so it does have leather. And here are the seat controls. It does have lumbar support. But let's go ahead and move inside this Kona, and I'll show you how it looks like from the inside. Alright, so here is the interior of this 2022 Kona. Feels nice and spacious, and the seats are actually very nice and comfortable. And here is the steering wheel. It is wrapped in leather. It does have a blacked out brushed aluminum, which is nice. And all the way to the left, they're going to be the voice command, volume controls, phone controls, and a favorite bind. And all the way to the right, they're going to be the cruise control and basically the Hyundai safety features, which is smart cruise. And this bind right here will control the screen in the middle. There's a good amount of things in the center display, or I shouldn't say center display because this is a whole display. This is an LCD screen. It's a 10.25 inch screen. It does look very good, and it has a very high resolution. And when you change it to sport, yeah, everything changes. It looks really, really good. It does have 3 different modes: normal, sport, and smart. And all the way to the left, they're going to be the headlight controls with the turn signal controls, and to the right they're going to be the wiper controls for the front and back. And the AC vents were changed for 2022. I think they look much better than the 21. A little bit of brushed aluminum around those AC vents. Brightness control, hill descent, and traction control bind on the left. Here is the screen. It's a 10.25 inch screen that looks amazing, and I'm glad that Hyundai actually did something like this. A lot of car companies, they don't really go very big with the screens when it comes to smaller cars and smaller SUVs, but Hyundai wanted to do something different, and they did put a massive screen in a small SUV. The design of it looks good. It does have a little bit of gloss black, and I love the fact that the bezels are nice and thin. It does have a volume knob and a tune knob, and the system overall feels very nice and responsive, and it does feel like almost a Genesis system. Doesn't have the nice fancy colors the Genesises have, but nice and responsive and very similar. And this Kona has wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and it does have a volume knob and a tune knob and some shortcut buttons in the bottom. So let's say if you want to go to the maps, just click on it and that will take you to the maps right away. Nice and responsive system. I really wish those buttons were a tiny bit better looking. I really wish they had a little bit of brushed aluminum on them, or maybe a little bit of gloss black. I think it would have looked a little bit better. But again, for a Kona, I think the screen looks amazing, and having buttons like this on the screen, I think that's completely fine. AC vents in the bottom. Here is the emergency light button. It does flash when you activate it. Climate controls are very easy to use. It is a one zone climate control. Here is the fan speed and the temperature control, and I really wish it had 2-zone climate control for 31,000. I think Hyundai should have done that. And here is the mode, an off button to turn off the AC or the heat, and in the bottom they're going to be 2 USBs, one 12-volt, a wireless phone charger, and there's going to be a storage place right there. It's hidden. And here is the shifter that will control the 7-speed dual clutch transmission in this Kona. It does have plus and minus. Does have the drive modes next to it. As I said, there's 3 drive modes, and there is a lock button. You could lock the wheels so they spin at the same time. It does have heated seats, 3 stages, and this shifter has plus and minus, so you could control your gears, but no paddle shifters. And here is the backup camera, nice and clear, and I really like the fact that you could actually change it. I don't think prior to the facelift you were able to change the view, like to do like a down view like this, so that's really nice. And the quality of the backup camera is actually pretty good. It's nice and wide, and it does have the engine start stop. When you come to complete stop, the engine will turn off. This is brand new for 2022, and it does have parking sensors only in the back though. And here is the e-brake and brake hold, and for 2021 they actually did have the handbrake, and they're going to be a storage place right here. It's actually nice for maybe you could put 3 phones right next to each other, and they're going to be 2 cup holders. The armrest is nice and soft, and a good amount of storage place inside. And here is the rear view mirror. It's a little bit on the bulky side, but it does have a few buttons on it: SOS, Hyundai Blue Link, and the garage control buttons. Here is the glasses holder. There's going to be some halogen lights, and it does have a sunroof since this one is the limited trim, but it does still actually have the plastic wrap on it from the outside, so I cannot open it. And they're going to be the visor. Visor is plastic, feels a little bit on the lighter side, but feels nice and solid at the same time. Here is a mirror, and there's going to be a light up there. Here is a back door, and the back door is the same as the front. The stop portion is going to be plastic. This is going to be wrapped in leather, nice and soft, and the armrest is actually very nice and soft. The bottom is going to be plastic. There's going to be a speaker in the bottom, a little bit of storage place, and here is the window switch. The door handle feels about the same as the front, but I love the fact that they did not cheap out and put plastic here in the back, because I think the SE and SEL, they have plastic here in the back. And coming inside, seats are nice and comfortable, wrapped in leather of course, and they're going to be an armrest, nice and soft, 2 cup holders, and there's going to be a good amount of leg room. Headroom is actually pretty good, and there's going to be a light and a storage place here in the back with 1 USB, and this is how the front of this Kona looks like. I hope you guys enjoyed this review of this 2022 Hyundai Kona Limited. I would like to thank Faraz and Key Hyundai in Milford, Connecticut for providing me this 2022 Kona. If you guys are interested in seeing more videos like this, please subscribe, and as always, I'll see you next time.